Hey, have you thought about your dreams lately? Your goals, your desires? What is it you really want? Well, today I'm going to be talking about 5 steps to aligning to your dreams. And this is to help you get clear on what you want and give you some direction so you can get moving towards your dreams, goals, and desires. So let's jump into it. So, step one, clarity. Now, I know this is really hard for a lot of people because we're creative. We have so many dreams and ideas that it's really hard just to drill down to one or two things that you really want. But with clarity, it's about allowing yourself to dream and think about all the things you want. Like, what kind of lifestyle do you want to live? What kind of business or career would you love to have? My phone's going off. That's why I looked. And how much money do you want to make? And what about relationships? What kind of relationship do you want? And what about your health? Do you need any improvements in your health? Maybe you want to exercise more, work out, eat healthier. So the idea is to pick one area, health, wealth, relationship, business, career, and start making changes in that one area. And by picking this one area, you're making a decision and you're making the commitment. And this is actually the hardest part because a lot of times we say, oh, yeah, I'm going to go on a healthy eating program. And you do it for a week and then that's it. You weren't really committed. So that leads us to step two. For the commitment to stick, you want to know your why. So it's great to have a dream and a desire. It's kind of like window shopping. Oh, that's a great idea. Wow, look at that. I really like that. But have you made a decision? No. So you want to drill down and find out why you want to do what you want to do. And this why will carry you forward when you lose motivation, you lose desire, you hit a bump in the road. And it also connects to your passion. So you could ask yourself this simple question like, if I did XYZ, what would that do for me? And just keep drilling down until you get to the core, and you'll know when it's the core because you'll go, oh my gosh, that's it. And then on step three, you want to create a vision. So this is about future base. What would it look like if you had this? And you want to write it down in a positive tense as if it's already happened, because you want to look at it occasionally every morning or once a week, whatever works into your schedule, and start programming your mind to bring this forth. So it's kind of like using words like, I feel energized. I'm excited too. And you want to use powerful statements like, I am, I have. You don't want like someday or I don't want. You want to leave that kind of language out. So it could be even like if you were working on money, you could say, I feel like $1,000,000 instead of, well, actually, this is health. Instead of, um, I want to be healthy and firm, you would say something like, I feel vibrant and healthy and alive. I feel strong in my body. See the difference? It has a little more excitement when you have the words I feel. And then you could also use I have. Like, I have the perfect schedule. Okay, right? I'm already hitting a block with that. I don't have a perfect schedule. I'm already arguing in my head. So I know that's not going to work. So I would want to say something like, wow, I'm excited to make a schedule and stick to it. Now that gives me excitement. I feel better about it. So when you're creating these statements, you want to make sure you take the negative out, like I said before. No, not, don't. Um, those, your brain doesn't hear those, and it actually manifests what you don't want. So take some time and think about the joyful life you want to live and use your imagination. And then the fourth part is your mindset. Like you saw me earlier when I made a statement, I'm like, oh, that didn't feel right. Well, that's how I know it's not going to work, because I'm already like hitting resistance. So you have to work on your thoughts, your beliefs, and your feelings. And if you have statements like, oh, poor me, this always happens to me, well, what are you creating? More of that. So recently, I had an experience where I found myself in court 3 times this year. And I'm like, okay, there's some kind of belief that I have that keeps bringing court up in my life. So what I did was I went through my memory bank and I said, what else was it when I was in court? And it was at the time I was in a custody suit going through breast cancer, and I had no income, and my life was a mess. It was at the darkest night of the soul. And the emotion of court today was tied to the emotion of court then. So I had to clear up the emotions and change my mindset about how I felt about court. And then when I went into court the last time, I was very direct. I was clear. I walked out of there feeling strong and confident. I won my case. And it was because I did the inner work. I changed the beliefs, I changed the emotions. So when you are creating your dreams, think about, is it tied to something that didn't work in the past? If it is, then you want to clear that up. And I like to use a stop sign as a memory trigger for me. If I hear myself complaining, I go, stop. What did I just say? Is it still true for me today? If not, then I like swipe next. What's a positive way I can reframe that? So it's all about listening to your inner voice and reframing the language that you're using. And then the last step, number 5, is we must get into action. You have to chart your course. You envision yourself doing it, being it, but then your little feet have to take action, or this dream is never going to happen. It's like you walk up to the attendant at the airport and you say, I'd like a ticket, please. And she'll say, where to? And you go, I don't know. She goes, well, I can't give you a ticket until you tell me where you're going. So you got to get your feet into action and head towards that direction. And the course will change and it will go up and down or have some little zigzags. But as long as you're in action, you will keep going towards your goal. Now, if you feel like you need some help around the clarity or action steps or mindset, then I invite you to a complimentary Abundant Breakthrough Strategy call. You can go to my link tree at // JoLynn Philbrick. And I'd love to have a conversation with you to uncover any hidden blocks or challenges that may be standing in your way from earning more money, even if you think you can't, in order to reach 6 figures easily and effortlessly. So go to Linktree and I will see you there.